So legs out comfortably long, making sure the equipment is right in behind your lower back, easing down onto it. Making sure that lower back feels comfortable. We prop that extra cushion blanket towel under the head if we need, so the chin can tuck down. Especially if you notice the chin stays jutted up. We want the chin down, neck long, legs out comfortably long, arms out comfortably wide, and toe the palms up, gesture of openness and receiving. And give yourself these few moments, just allowing yourself the time to surrender, to soften, to release down. And then notice these feelings as we soften and as we release down. Noticing, is there balance? Can we just close the eyes, surrender inward, and take this time as yours? As we take the time, notice any sensations through the body. Notice if there's discomfort, if the bolster's too high, put a blanket or something under the buttocks, or come down off the bolster slightly. We want the chest to open, the front shoulder to open. Arms comfortably wider. If there's any aggravation in shoulders, arms wider should make the shoulders feel better. And especially if you're not used to turning palms up, just notice these feelings. So if the palms turn up, let fingers and thumbs naturally curl to wherever they naturally come to. And then bring the awareness into the palms of the hands, through fingertips, thumb tips and palms of hands. Notice the feelings. Is there softness? Is there warmth or cool? Any sensations, tingling or numbness? Could you start to lengthen and deepen your breaths? So we breathe through the belly, the ribs and into the upper chest. Breathing out, the belly drops, the ribs and upper chest surrendering down. Breath slowing and deepening. And then starting to point the toes with inhale and flex the feet with exhales. In time with your breaths, inhales pointing, exhales flexing. Keep the breath slow and deep and move in time with the breaths. Next time you breathe in, point your toes and drop your big toes into touch. And then breathe out, feet roll out. Breathe in, toes roll in, touch together. Breathe out, feet roll out. Keep breathing, slow rotations of the ankles with those slower, deeper breaths. The next time your toes meet together, pause. Sip some more breath in. We want to bring that breath all the way up through the body. Try and scoop the belly out and force the breath into the lungs, the chest. That's where we want to expand. Keep the chin tucked down. Try to get that breath to expand the lungs, fuller, fuller, fuller. And then sigh the breath out, feet drop out and soften. And then the toes roll in and touch together in the opposite direction. And breathe out, feet roll out. 3 times in the opposite direction. And then the third rotation around for you. Bring the toes all the way back into touch once more. Deepen that breath again. Pull it up through the body, deepening the breath. Try and scoop your belly out so it forces the lungs to expand. Keep the chin tucked down. Couple more sips in if there's any more space there. Breathe into it. Last exhale for you. Sigh the breath out. Let the feet drop out and soften completely. Give yourself this moment surrendering. And then push the heels out, stretch long. We're bending the legs up into Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of feet together, let the knees drop out wide. Once you're there, sweep the arms back, reach for elbows, closer towards wrists, cup hands or longer, wider arms. So as we breathe in, can we stretch? Can the feet press together, push down, push long, the elbows pull long, and then breathe out, soften. Inhale, active stretch, elongate, and then exhale, softening. Continue in this way. And then last exhale for you, firm the belly, hold the breath out, change the grip on the elbows, unnatural side. We change the grip, we change the focus. Slow, steady breath in, pause at the end of your breath. Slow, steady breath out, pause at the end of your breath. Now ideally we want to lengthen and deepen our breaths. So we breathe in, slow and deep. Pause at the end of breath, rest into gap. Breathe out, slow and deep, and then pause at the end of the breath, rest into gap. So count each breath silently to yourself, aiming to balance and elongate the breaths as best we can. Keep breathing. Notice, is there any more space through the body that you can breathe into, opening up to where you can. Then one more round of breath work. So finish the round you're on and one more full round. Slower, deeper, longer if you could. Last exhale, make it deeper and slower, and then hold the breath out if there's anything left. Once you're finished, let both arms stretch out long behind you. Sweep them all the way down around beside you and soften. Any aggravation through the legs, slide the feet out further. Come off the bolster a little bit if the lower back's not quite happy. Let the shoulders relax, chin tucks. Give yourself a moment, softening and quietening. And then when you're ready to come up off the equipment, any back issues or weaknesses through the core, roll to your right side. If it's easy, simply slide the elbows back and roll straight up, coming up to sit. Once you do come up to sit, bring the legs out into a long diamond shape. Knees drop away, soles of feet together, and then roll your body down and in. Tuck your chin in, protect the back of neck, and roll in gently. So if you come in deep and there's a pulling at the lower back out to sacroiliac joints, then don't go so deep. Lift down and feel more stretch through the entire length of the spine. Chin tucks in and up, back of neck long. Prop the head if you need to, supporting the head as you roll in. And give yourself these few moments surrendering, softening. Let yourself breathe into these feelings, softening completely. Notice, is there any peeling away of any tensions? Softening inward, surrendering. If you wish to, rock your head side to side, mobilizing your neck, but please make sure you keep your chin tucked in and up. Bring the head back to being centered when you're ready to. Exhale, firm the lower belly, squeeze the breath out, roll the back up, inhaling. Hold around the knees or shins as you come up higher, pull up through the arms, finding your length. Relax the shoulders down. And slow, steady breaths in and out. When you're ready, tilt the right ear down, left ear up. Feel you're being elongated down that left side, neck, shoulder, arm. Continue pulling away from the arms. There's resistance for the stretch. And then inhale, head centers, second side. Left ear down, tilt the right ear up. Make sure you're not jamming down on the neck. Feel you're being lifted on that right ear. Inhale, lift the head to center. Bring the chin around to the right shoulder. Tuck it down and in. And then slowly roll the chin down to center chest. The chin presses in and up through the back of the neck. And then inhale the head up to neutral. And then second side, chin around to the left. Tuck down and in. Again, being gentle with your neck. Remember, never forcing. And then slowly roll the chin down to center chest. Chin tucks in and up to back of neck. And then inhale, the head lifts to neutral. Once you're there, the face around to the right. Bring the arms around to the right. Rotate and look back as much as you can. So bring the shoulder around, the chest around, the belly around. Look back to where you can without forcing the neck. Eyes, can we keep them at eye level? Find a point of focus and just keep them steady. Keep them still. So still eyes equals a still mind. And then exhale, squeeze the last breath out. All the way to center, inhale, and second side. Sweep around to your left. Once you're there, so we're encouraging the left shoulder back, the chest, bring the body around, looking back to where you can. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face forward, unwind. Once you do, pick those legs up, take them long, give them a rub down, give them a shake out, roll shoulders, mobilize the neck, do whatever you need to, move the body, however that feels for you. And then when you're ready, prop the hips up on the edge of the equipment. Want the hips higher than our feet. Soles of feet together, let the knees drop away. And then when you're ready, we're taking the right hand off to the side, left arm out wide, inhale the arm up and over and reach long. From this right hand, can we push away from it and stretch the ribs out to that left side, opening up. Keep breathing into this feeling. And then exhale, the arm sweeps down, left hand wide, right arm up and over, and then stretch long. Push away from the left hand, right arm long, right ribs wide, keep breathing, opening up. And then exhale fully, the arm sweeps down, twist around to the right. So hands against the leg and the bolster, Rotate and look back. Encourage the shoulder, chest, the body around. Again, careful with your neck. Eyes still, find a fixed point and breathe into this feeling. Exhale fully, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, inhale. Sweep around to the left, exhale. Bring the belly, shoulder, chest around. Again, careful with the neck, just looking back to where you can. Slow the breaths if possible, lengthening, deepening. On the inhales, feel you're lifted tall. On the exhales, twisting. And then exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face forward, unwind. Pick up the legs when you're ready to. Left leg out in front of you long. Keep the right leg bent in. Right hand behind you for the twist. Left arm wrap around that right leg, or reach the arm up, lean and bring the arm outside into the leg if you can. Make sure the shoulder's not jamming, twisting, looking back. Arm and leg press against each other. Squeeze each exhale out. Make the exhales active and really press the breath out. Squeeze the belly. Each exhale as active as you can. Couple more breaths. And then last exhale for you. Squeeze the breath out. Hold out. When you're ready to breathe in, face forward, unwind, and second side. Left leg comes in, right leg long, left hand behind you. Right arm either wrap around this left leg, or can we take the arm up, lean to the left, bring the arm outside edge, arm and leg press against each other. Now keep breathing. So inhales lifting, exhales twisting, and squeeze the belly in. Really squeeze the exhales out as actively as you can. Inhales lifting. A few more rounds. Last exhale for you. Squeeze the breath out. Press it out. Hold out for as long as possible. And then inhale, face forward. Unwind. We're going to sit easy crossed legs or easy wide legs while we do some eye exercises. So stay seated up on the bolster if you can, helping you to stay propped up nice and tall through the body. Let the hands rest on the legs. Close the eyes and give yourself a moment. And just give yourself this time sitting tall. Bring awareness to tailbone. As you breathe in, can you slide your awareness up the spine? Breathe out down to tailbone. Keep it going. Last exhale for you, then open the eyes. Bring the right thumb up in front of you, arm's length, thumb at about nose level. Inhale. Keep the head centered. Exhale, the arm sweeps wide to the right. The eyes follow that thumb all the way around as far as you can. Wriggle it when it's out there. Make sure you can still see it. Try not to turn the head. On the next inhale, let the arm come all the way back in front of you, in line with the nose. Focus. And then drop the hand, close the eyes, be still. Let that right shoulder relax down. Spine being lifted tall. And then inhale, the left arm comes up, the thumb extends up. Inhale, sweep the arm wide to the left, exhaling. Keep that thumb in the visual all the way around. Keep your head centered, try not to turn the chin. Wriggle the thumb when it's out there, can you still see it? Next inhale, bring it all the way, sweeping back around in front. Eyes are on it all the way. Once it's in front, let the hand drop. Close the eyes, be still. Let both shoulders drop down the back. Neck long, head centered. Tuck the chin slightly. Exhale fully, exactly the same. Open the eyes, right thumb comes up. Inhale, exhale all the way, sweeping it wide. The eyes follow that right thumb as far as you can take it. Wriggle it when it's out there. Can you still see it? Keep breathing. And then inhale, bring it all the way back around in front, as many breaths as you need. All the way in front, looking to that thumb. Check that manicure out, really focus on it. And then look past the thumb to a spot on the wall at the same height. Look back to that thumb, let the arm drop, close the eyes, be still. Relax the shoulders down, chin in, neck is long. And then second side, left thumb comes up, open the eyes, inhale. Sweep it out to the left, exhale. As many breaths as you need. Keep this head centered, chin aligning to notch your throat. Wriggle the thumb when it's out there. Notice, can you still see it? And then inhale, as many breaths as you need. Sweep it back around in front. Again, once it's in front, really look to that thumb. How's that manicure on that thumb on this left one? Then look past it to a spot on the wall at the same height. Look back to the thumb, and then the hand drops, close the eyes, be completely still. Let the muscles of and around the eyes soften. Let the breath flow gently. Keep the chin slightly tucked in and up. Shoulders relax down into your body. Tongue in the mouth, is it soft? You're not tensing. Now if you've got any feelings of tension around the eyes, just keep them relaxed. Don't do this next set. When you're ready, if it's easy, open the eyes and bring your right index finger up in front of you. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring the finger to touch the tip of your nose. Bring it in nice and slow, touch tip of nose, and then open and close the eyes individually. Keeping the drishti, the focus point, tip of nose. Then open both eyes and keep them focused at tip of nose. Breathe in, breathe out, watch the finger as you take it out away from you. Look past the fingertip to spot on the wall at the same height. Bring the gaze back to the fingertip, and again check out the finger, the manicure, how is it on that index finger? Really look at it, really observe. And then close the eyes, let the hand drop. Relax the shoulders down. Tuck the chin slightly. Bring a slow, deep breath all the way up through your body. And then a slow breath out. We're opening the eyes and we're bringing the left index finger up this time. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring that finger to touch the tip of your nose, as fast or as slow as you're comfortable to do. Once the fingertips on the nose, again, open and close the eyes individually. And then open the eyes, fingertip drishti. Inhale, and as you exhale, take the finger out away from you. Once the arm's long, look past the fingertip to spot on wall at exactly the same height. And then back in front of you to the fingertip. Inspect that finger, that manicure, really look at it, use your eyes. And then close the eyes, let the hand drop. Relax the shoulders down. String attached to the top of your head, so you're being lifted tall. Slow, deep breath in, and a slow, deep breath out. Let those shoulders relax down your body. 2 more, keep the eyes closed. Slow, deep breath in, slow, deep breath out. After your second one, keep your eyes closed, but roll your shoulders for some full circles. You can move the body as well, mobilize the back and the shoulders, or just the shoulders, your choice. And then opposite direction when you're ready. And then when you're ready, let the shoulders drop. If you wear glasses, put them on the top of the head. Rub the hands together. We call it palming. We want to build up some heat and friction in the palms of those hands. Get them nice and hot. Strengthen the upper body as you do. And then just let the palms of the hands cup over the eyes. No pressure on the eyes. Keep it soft. This cupping over the eyes. Can you feel the warmth penetrate through the muscles of and around your eyes? Then start to let them blink open behind the hands, and then the hands slide away when you're ready. Again, just give the arms a shake out, shoulders a roll out, flick through the fingertips as if you're flicking suds off the fingers. And then when you're ready, we're going to assist the legs to come up. Those of you that aren't doing windscreen wipering legs seated up, come off the bolster and move it out behind you and lay your back down to the floor. Those can do the seated version, just bottom on the mat, hands back, leaning back. And then on your inhale, exhale, knees to one side. We're going to keep it moving. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the opposite side, to where you can. Inhale, center. Exhale to the sides. Just moving as slow or as fast as you're comfortable to do. Keep readjusting through the legs, the hips, the arms, wherever you need to. Your timing, your breaths. Now the next time you've got your knees to the right, stay there. Knees to the right, tuck the tailbone and push the left hip and thigh further forward. If you still haven't got a deep enough stretch and you're seated, left hand reach the ankle, pull the leg further back behind you, opening up the degree of the angle. Keep breathing. So left hip forward, tuck the tailbone, chin tucks, ribs down and in. Protect where you need to, where you can. Open up as much as possible. Breathing into this feeling. Exhale fully, then bring it back to center. Readjust from whichever position you're at. And then exhale, knees to the left. So once you're there, you're pressing the right thigh and hip forward. Staying there, or maybe you reach for that right ankle and pull the foot further back. Again, opening up the degree of the angle, breathing to where you can. Tailbone tucking, front ribs down and in, chin tucking, and keep breathing. And then exhale fully, bring it back to center. If you're seated, legs come up in front of you long. Again, rub down, shake out. If you're laying on the mat, just stay resting down. Those of you still seated, then pull the equipment out from behind you. Push it off to the side. And then when you're ready, lay your back to the mat. So support yourself if you've got any back issues. Roll down using as much of the core body as you can. Vertebra by vertebra, releasing the body. Let the palms turn up, let the feet drop away. Try not to adjust from the hips to the shoulders by rolling down. The spine will be in its alignment. Even if you notice differences, just be aware of them. Arms wider, turn the palms up. Feet drop away and soften. Feel your back body connected onto the yoga mat. Feel is there a softening down. Is there a releasing down? Surrendering completely. Let yourself breathe. And if it's easy enough for you, slow the breaths, lengthening and deepening. First time we've been flat to the mat, can you notice the natural curves through your body? Any aggravation, readjust, bend legs up if there's that lower back pain. Otherwise, allow and surrender where you are. And the next exhale for you, we're going to push out through the heels, stretch up the back of the legs. Breathe in. Can we bring the right knee in? Take an easy hold. Try and use your core body to roll up rather than the arms and shoulders. And then roll back down, inhale. Then use the arms, bring the knee closer to the chest if you can, squeeze it in. And then exhale, arms and leg releasing out. Inhale, left knee comes in, a nice easy hold. Try and use your core body to roll up rather than the arms and shoulders. And then roll back down on your inhale. Use the arms once the head's on the mat and use the arms knee to chest closer. And then exhale, releasing it off. Again, inhale, right leg comes in, reach for it. An easy hold. Use your core body to roll up. Could you let go on this one and try to stay here? Core body keeping you here. Chin tucks, protect your neck. Then hold around the shin, lower back down. Once the head's on the mat, again use the arms, bring the knee in, squeeze it in. Exhale, arms and leg release. Inhale, left knee comes in, reach for it. A gentle hold and then roll up, exhaling, forehead to knee. Let go of the leg and keep breathing, finding that shortening, that strengthening of the abdominal wall. And then grab the leg, lower back down. Once the head's on the mat, use the arms and bring the knee to the chest, squeeze it in. And then exhale, arms and leg release. Soften completely. And then when you're ready again, right leg, bring it in, reach for the leg. Roll up, exhale, forehead to leg. Let go, stretch the arms and kick the leg up to the ceiling. Take the heel up as high as you can. Keep breathing into this feeling. You've got a couple more breaths. And then lower the head, the arms, the leg. Release it down. Let that right leg drop away for a moment. Notice the feeling. Exhale fully. Inhale, left leg comes in, an easy, gentle reach. Roll up, exhale, try and use as much of the core body. Let go of the legs, stretch the arms long. Now kick the left heel up to the ceiling. Keep breathing, finding that stretch, finding that length. And then lower the head, arms and leg. Release down onto the mat. Let both feet drop away. If you've got out of balance, reposition, rock the hips, mobilize, rebalance, however that feels for you, and then surrender completely. Let the palms turn up, the chin tucks down. Let the head gently move from side to side, mobilize. Keep your chin down, your back of neck long as best you can. If one side of the neck is tight, hold into that one side or keep moving side to side. And then when you're ready, let the head come back through center. As you do, tuck your chin down, neck long. Pull the lower ribs down to the yoga mat. Firm the belly, exhale. Tuck your tailbone. Push out through the heels and stretch the legs. Bring the hands down and close beside you. And then bend both legs up. Put your feet on the yoga mat. Hip distance parallel. So ideally from the front of your hips up to your knees, stay in one line. Down your shins and into your feet, everything staying in one line as best we can. Now push your feet down, inner outer edges, keep them balanced. As you breathe in, roll your hips up off the mat. Let's bring our arms up and over, reach them out long behind us, and stay here for a couple of breaths. So if you come up high, you've got a pinching in your lower back, drop the hips lower, maybe tuck the tailbone under. If shoulders are sore, arms wider to where you can. Couple more breaths. Breathe into the belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Breathe out, flatten the belly, flatten the ribs, flatten the chest. Let's do 3 more breaths here as best you can. Feet, are they pressing evenly? Balancing as we hold up, slow the breaths. Third exhale for you, then 1 more breath in. Lift your heels or toes off the mat. Roll down. Press your back through the yoga mat as you roll it down, like you're steam rolling it down. Bring the buttocks down. Bring the arms down on the mat beside you. Now bring your knees up into your chest and try and roll your bottom up off the yoga mat. So press the arms down. Can you lift the buttocks off the mat? And then roll up, bring your forehead to touch your knees with the bottom and forehead up, and as close as you can, forehead to the knees, squeezing in. Now bring the hands to the head, either clasp the hands or fingertips at the side of the ears. Keep those elbows wide. Now we're not allowed to let the belly dome up. We're not allowed to let the lower back arch up. No neck strain either. Just start to move the legs away from the chest to where you can. Make sure you keep your lower back pressing on the yoga mat. Legs where you can, bent or straight. No doming of the belly, keep it flat. No straining of the neck, no hip flexor activation. Now bring the knees back into the chest, roll your bottom off the floor and bring your forehead to your knees. Again, let the bottom release down, let the legs move away. No doming, no excessive arching, make sure you're protecting. And again, bring the knees in. Can you squeeze them in? Bring the bottom up off the mat, forehead in closer. 1 more, the legs start to move away. Make sure that belly is not doming up, no excessive arching of back, no strain of the neck or hip flexor. And again, just bring those knees into the chest. Can you roll the bottom off the mat? Bring the hands down to the mat. Lower your head onto the mat and then take your legs up to the ceiling. Flex the feet and press the heels up. Let your head rock side to side whilst you keep the legs stretching up. Bring your head back to center. Let the legs go wide. Press your inner heels up and out. Stretch wide and long. Inhale, bring the legs all the way back up together. Stretch the heels. Exhale, bend, feet onto the mat. Hip distance parallel. We're rolling up into that back bend. Roll the hips up, arms up and over, and reaching long. So again, ideally from our hips to our knees, knees down those shins and into the feet, pressing everything in one line, and arms back in line with shoulders. Pinching in the lower back, again, lower hips, tuck tailbone. Breathe into the belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Breathe out, flatten the belly, flatten the ribs, flatten the chest. Keep breathing into your posture. Next inhalation for you, the heels or toes come up. And then roll that back down. Really feel your back as you press it into the mat. Vertebra by vertebra, releasing down. Buttocks and arms come down. Hands press onto the mat. Keep the ribs down, belly firm as you bring your knees to the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Rock side to side, massage, mobilize. Gentle rocking motion. Come back to a stillness when you're ready, softening. Relax the shoulders. Tuck the chin gently. And just gently hugging these knees to chest. Then let the hands come over the kneecaps. Big toes touch, knees wide. And circle the legs, wide circles. Mobilizing it to where you can. Notice, do you feel the outer edge of the hips being massaged with wide knees as we rotate? Opposite direction when you're ready to. Remember, keep a hold of the knees so that we're not excessively arching the lower back as the knees roll away, so you're not putting any pressure on the lumbar spine. And then the next time the knees come in, wrap the arms around the legs, hug them in. Let your body rock side to side, mobilize, do whatever you need to. Then the body might be still and you might want to rock the head side to side, however that feels for you. When you're ready, simply come back to a stillness and soften completely. Again, let the shoulders relax, chin down, back of neck long. Passive stretching around the buttocks, the glutes, the lower back long. And when you're ready, simply release the arms, roll to your right, come up onto hands and knees into your 4-point position. Shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, neutral spine. On the inhale, we dip the spine, looking up. On the exhale, roll your spine, looking in. Remember, start each movement from the tailbone. Slow the breath as much as you can. And next time you're looking at the navel, stay there. Round the shoulders broader, chin in deeper, back of neck longer. A sense of pulling knees forward, pressing hands down, and keep breathing. Can you find more space across the upper back? Open it up. One more breath. Exhale, lift the navel to the spine, hold the breath out. And then slowly on your inhale, take the buttocks all the way back to the heels. Let elbows drop, forehead rest, or stack the hands for the forehead to rest, wherever that is for you this morning. Keep breathing into this feeling. Remember being careful around those joints as you take the buttocks back. Can we come back up onto hands and knees? Shoulders above wrists, neutral spine, so no excessive dipping or collapsing, no hunching. We're just going to start by taking the right leg out, push the ball of the foot and toes into the yoga mat or floor, stretch that right leg long, and then just lift it up to be parallel to the floor at hip height and flex the foot. Could you stabilize and bring your left hand onto the belly, or just light hand, left hand off the floor, onto the belly if you can, and hold it up, feel it. Across the front hips, are you balanced in the pelvis? Lower ribs held in and up, so we're not collapsing through our middle body. Then left arm out in front of us long if we could. Can we stabilize and balance through our core body? Put the left hand down, bring the right knee in. When you're ready, take the left leg out long, push the foot into the yoga mat, flex the foot and heel pushes away. And then from there, can we just bring that left leg up parallel to the floor, flex the foot. And then stabilize. Could the right hand lift off the mat? Are you able to? Could you place it on the abdominal wall? Feel that front abdominals lifted, front hips balanced, lower ribs lifting up so you're not collapsing through your middle body. Then take that right arm long. Keep breathing, foundations active, core body working. And then exhale the hand down, the knee down. Once you're there, could you take your right leg out long? And then if you've got the strength, could the left arm come out long, and could you hold into a plank? So could you bring both knees off the floor? Have you got the upper body strength to hold you this morning? If not, keep the knees down, but keep pressing through the hands, strong resisting. Holding into a plank if you can. Feel the front hip bones come towards each other. Pull your sternum, your chest long, your spine long. Lower the knees down and take your bottom all the way back to the heels. Arms around beside the feet if you could. Palms turn up. Forehead resting, or stack the hands to rest the forehead. Tuck your chin in and up, back of neck long. Palms turn up, shoulders around those legs. Soften where we can. Press down through the shins, and as you exhale, firm your belly. Inhale, roll the back up, vertebra by vertebra, rounding that back up. Coming to kneeling at the back of the mat. High kneeling if those legs are sore. Full shoulder rotations once you're here. Inhale, upward motion. Exhale, downward motion. Full circles. And then opposite direction in your time. Last rotation, let the shoulders drop down. Give yourself a moment, feel there's length through your body. And then next inhale, wide arms, let them float up. Look up if it's easy on the neck. Hands forward onto the mat, shoulder distance and sliding long. Lift the head and chest, and then when you're ready, can you glide through? Push down to arch up. Bring the chest through for your cobra, sphinx, wherever you can get to. We're going to lower the chest back down, bring the legs up, and then lift the chest and legs to same height. Don't let the legs bend. Keep them as straight and as active as you can. Feel the hands or forearms pulling back, shoulders sealing back, chest pulls long. We're lowering the legs down, and we're going to arch the chest up again. Remember to where we can. No pinching in the back. Downward facing dog. Tuck or roll over those feet. Push up and stretch back as best you can. Walk the legs out on the spot. Bend and straighten. Hips side to side, shoulders, neck, and mobilize your posture to where you can. Keep breathing. If you find a tight spot, hold into it. When you're ready, come back to your stillness, centered and balanced, and breathe. So this half inversion, our head lower than our heart, our hips higher than our heart. Can we feel our spine drop down, elongating? Upper body strengthening as we push away from our hands and our feet. And keep breathing into this feeling of elongation. Where do you feel any releasing occurring for you? Next inhale, we take the right leg up, straight out behind you, stretch it. Bring the knee to the nose, shoulders above wrist, and round the upper back as much as you can, pull it through. And then put that right foot down, left knee down, low lunge. As soon as you're there, bring the arms up, let those arms sweep up, reach up, shuffle the foot further along if you didn't quite get it through, hands on hips. Come into your lunge, balancing the hips and pelvis. Again, you could put the hands on the back of the hips this morning, press them down, creating a little bit more length perhaps on that left hip flexor quadricep. Shoulder heads back, lift the body up, arms up when you're ready. Stretch up and reach. Keep breathing into this feeling, lunging, lengthening, opening. Then reach up, stretch up. The hands come down. Can we step forward, front of mat? Push away from that back foot. Feet hip distance. Bend your legs. Hold the elbows and surrender down into your forward fold. So head heavy, elbows pulling long. Ribs on thighs, and keep breathing. So now you can bend and straighten the legs. You could swing the hips side to side. Mobilize the body around your legs. Feeling any releasing, any opening where you can get into. And then bring it back to being centered in your time. Let the arms drop. Keep those legs bent, feet pressed down through the yoga mat. Push down through the feet, wide arms come all the way up. Clasp your hands, turn your palms up, arch your chest up and stretch. Keep breathing into this feeling, opening up. So it's a back bend, arch the chest a little. Make sure you're not dropping in the lower back or hurting the neck as well. Protect where you need. And now could you bring your spine back to its neutral alignment? Once you're neutral, let your arms lean to the right and press your hips to the left. Keep breathing. And then inhale, center, second side. Arms left, hips right. Keep breathing into this feeling. And then inhale up to center. Arch the chest up, stretch up. And exhale, wide arms to the mat. Let backs of hands come down to the mat. Head heavy, arms and shoulders, surrendering completely. Ribs on thighs. Remember, if it's too intense, bend the legs, push the bottom further away. But again, notice as you drop here, it's a half inversion. The head is lower than the heart. All these wonderful effects, getting the blood into the brain, giving us a good cleanse out. And then we're lifting the head and chest, extend the spine, fingertips in front. Could we lift the left leg up, stretch it out? Could the right arm come wide? If it's easy, left fingertips off the floor. Could we balance and hold, stabilizing, or keep the fingers down wherever that is for you today? Place the hands back to the mat, step the left foot out long, slide it back for your high lunge, but with a twist. Left hand stays onto the mat, right arm up and twist. Keep the back knee off the mat if you can. Rotate to where you can. If it's easy, long arm beside your ear. Try and keep the chest turning up, the face opening up if possible. 3 more breaths from now, slow and steady. Third breath, we're circling the arm down. Step back to your down dog. As soon as you're in your down dog, careful with your shoulders, but can you transition forward to plank? Strengthen, put the knees down if you need to, and then just push back to your down dog. Again, can you inhale, come forward to plank, shoulders above wrists, knees down if you need. Exhale, push back to down dog. One more, can you pull forward to plank, put knees down if you're dropping in the back and hold it. Keep breathing. Want to feel the front hip bones come towards each other. Pull your sternum and your spine long, no dropping. And then up to your down dog, stretch the bottom up and reach the hips high. Press away from your hands and your feet. When you're ready to rest, gently ease down onto your knees. Dip your spine, look up to the ceiling. Big toes touch, take your knees out wide to the edge of the yoga mat. Take your buttocks all the way back to the heels and let yourself surrender. Sore shoulders, take the arms wider. Do what you need to. Sore round joints, be gentle. Resting back to where you can. Wide knees, let the belly go soft. Let yourself surrender. Exhale fully, we're drawing the navel up to the spine. Inhale, lift the head and chest, walk both hands across to your right. Left hand over or left arm longer. Push back and feel that length on your left side body. Keep breathing into it. Exhale fully, and then the navel lifts, head and chest comes up. Second side, hands across to your left. Right hand over or right arm longer. Push back, keep the right buttock and hip back. Ribs wide, shoulders seal it down in the back, away from your ear. Exhale fully. Lift the head and chest, inhale, coming back to being centered. Let the arms slide long. And notice, is there any change? Any lengthening or softening occurred? We get the chest to drop, to dip. The buttocks back to heels, maybe knees wider. Maybe the side waist longer. What do we notice? And exhale fully, press through the shins, walk or drag the arms back in. Try and round your back up as you come back up, easing the body up. Once you're all the way up in your time, bring your knees back in together when you're ready. So high kneeling or sitting back on the buttocks, however that feels for you. And just again, roll the shoulders, mobilize them. More of the body if you wish to. And then opposite direction in your time. And then when you're ready, let those shoulders drop down. Take your right fingertips long and tilt your head away to the left. Keep breathing. Chin in, ribs in. Let the arm come across in front of the body, then left arm in front of that. Keep the right shoulder sealed down. Whether you keep right arm long or you do a full forearm wrap, so Garudasana arms, round your back, tuck your chin in, keep breathing. Let the arms unravel and take the spine all the way up to be neutral. Once you're there, left fingertips long and tilt your head away to the right. Keep breathing, chin in, ribs in. The arm comes across in front of the body, right arm in front of that. Again, forearm wrap if you wish, Garudasana arms, or keep the left arm long. Keep the shoulders sealed back in the body, not hitched up near the ears. Round your back out, chin in, keep breathing. Exhale fully, let the arms unravel, roll the spine up to be neutral. And again, feel free to be still or mobilize it, however that feels for you. When you're ready, simply let yourself come back to that still point if you mobilize. Notice how it feels. Let the shoulders relax down in the body. Then sweep the arms up, reach up, look up if it's easy. Hands forward onto the mat, shoulder distance, slide them long. Glide it through, Sphinx Cobra up dog, push down to arch up, bring the body through, open up. And then ease the body down and both legs off the mat. Hands dragging back, legs lifting, seal the shoulders back. You can take the hands off the mat so the arms don't do any work. More core body, back body, where is it for you? So the belly doesn't force into the mat, make sure you're lifting it up. And then hands next into the chest again, lower the legs, arch the chest up, inhale. Downward facing dog, whether you push up onto the knees or straight legs, and take the buttocks up. Press away from your hands and your feet. Find your length, find your balance. And then inhale, we're taking the left leg up, straight up and stretch it. Bring the knee to the nose, round the upper back as high as you can, make space. Plant that left foot down, right knee down. Hands come up and move that left foot further out in front. Let the arms float up when you're ready, reaching up. Hands onto the hips, exhale. Again, once they're balanced, around the back of the hips, press down a little bit. Find the stretch opening on this right hip flexor quadricep. Shoulders back without falling in the back. Looking up or taking the arms up when you're ready. Your choice. Breathing into this feeling, stretching, lunging, opening. And inhale, reach up, stretch up, lengthen. The hands come down, step forward, front of mat. Use your legs, push away from the foundations, as many steps as you need. Hold the elbows, change the grip to the unnatural side. Surrender onto those legs. Remember, if it's too much, bend the legs, elbows rest on the upper leg and push the bottom further away. Surrendering into this forward fold, head heavy, with the elbows pull long, stretching, lengthening. You can bend and straighten the legs, swing the body around the legs, mobilize, however that is for you. back to being centered on the legs when you're ready. Are your feet pressing evenly? Balance from toes to heels. Press them down through the yoga mat. Exhale, let the arms drop. Wide arms, come all the way up to stand. Unnatural clasp, so other little finger outer edge, and then turn the palms up. Arch your chest up, stretch your front body. Again, really careful of your back, your neck, your shoulders, to where you can. Bring it back to neutral. Feel the difference, how the spine is neutral curves, not falling back. And then lean the arms to your right again, hips to the left. Breathe into this feeling. Make sure your ribs are in, you're not collapsing your back. And then inhale, center, second side. Arms left, hips right. Inhale up to center. Arch your chest up, stretch up. Lengthening. Then wide arms to the mat. Let backs of hands drop beside your feet. Head heavy, chin in and up. Give yourself a moment. Let those shoulders drop. Let them go heavy. Shoulders to ears. Head heavy. Feel it gets pulled to the yoga mat. Lengthening. And then lift the head and chest, extend the spine. Fingertips in front, lift the right leg up behind you. Could you balance? Could the left arm go wide? Could the right arm go wide? Or keep the fingertips on the floor, find that length. Feel where it is for you. Then the hands come down, step that right leg out long, ball of foot. Right hand under the shoulder, stay off the back knee. Twist the lunge, take your left arm up. Can you look up to it, stretch up, reach up. Long arm beside the ear if it's easy. You've got 3 more breaths. Third breath, can we circle down, step back to down dog. From down dog, can we come down onto our knees? As soon as you're there, down on your forearms. Staying in forearms, or then one leg out and hold, or both legs out and you're in your forearm plank. So alternate one knee and lift one leg, and alternate and change it. Keep changing and holding it, or both legs up off the mat. If you're changing the legs, don't let the hips and body rock side to side when you do. Make sure you keep yourself core stabilizing, wherever that can be for you. Holding forearm plank if you feel stronger. We've got a couple more breaths. Front hip bones, pull them towards each other to middle body. Pull your chest long, your spine long. No dropping. Then let the pelvis and legs come down and we come into Sphinx. Forearms on the mat. Have a sense of forearms pulling back and chest pulling long. Keep breathing. Forearms pulling back, chest projecting long. Now if it's easy for you and you've got more mobility in the spine, you can come up to Cobra. You're not allowed to drop the body to transition. You've got to keep the core body switched on. Could you bring one hand in, then the other hand in, without dropping the body, and arch up that little bit higher. Couple more breaths. Then come onto the knees and into down dog. Stretch and lengthen. Head heavy. Let it drop. Slow and deepen your breaths in this one as much as you can. Strengthening our breath capacity, all our internal organs getting turned upside down, pressing into the diaphragm, pressing into our lungs, strengthening our breath, strengthening our immunity, our circulation, all these amazing effects from inverting the body, strengthening, mobilizing, massaging. And when you're ready to release, come down to your knees and take yourself through to sit best way you can get here. So once you come through to sit, bring the bottom around onto the mat. Bend your legs up, reach the toes in, being on tippy toes, and hold under your legs. Try not to roll away in your back, and then if it's easy, one leg at a time lifting or both legs lifting, and hold yourself. If it's easy, let go of the legs and stretch the arms. Now some of you that are really stronger, bring the legs up higher if you've got the strength and mobility to do so. Otherwise, keep them bent. No straining in your lower back. Strong where you can. You've got 3 more breaths. Third breath, hold under the backs of the thighs, knees, let the legs bend down. Bring the legs out in front of you, give them a shake out, give them a rub down, roll shoulders, mobilize the neck. Now you're going to either take legs up the wall in a passive relaxation inversion, or shoulder stand, or bolster under your bottom with legs elevated. So to finish off, you're going to roll your back down. If you're not doing shoulder stand, can you take legs up the wall, over a lounge or over a bed, depending where you're practicing. Bottom on the bolster with an inversion, or shoulder stand if you're doing your shoulder stand inversions. So wherever that is for you this morning, legs are elevated, higher than the head or heart if possible, with a bolster under the bottom if possible, or just legs up the wall in those half inversions. Shoulder stand if you know you're doing your shoulder stand, wherever that is for you to finish. And just give yourself this time. If you've got legs up the wall or on a bolster, arms out comfortably wide, palms turn up and rest. If you're doing your shoulder stand inversion, hands on the middle back or lower back, wherever you can get to, legs lifted. Make sure those triceps are working. More half shoulder stand if you're just slumping, and keep the front body active. So you're not slumping and jamming in on your neck. Make sure you're lifting upwards. So the front body isn't rounded in, you're not slumping in those shoulder stands. Make sure you're pushing from your triceps, the hands into the back body, and lifting yourself up if you're inverting. Keep breathing. If you're doing your shoulder stand and you go into Halasana, take the legs over behind the head deeper. So that stronger flexion on the neck, so be careful. If you know what you're doing with it, go into your position of it. And then knees can come to the ears, rounding in deeper if you wish to. When you're ready to roll out, hands on the mat, wide enough for the body to roll back down between the legs. Body between the arms and then the legs down. If you've taken legs up the wall, hug knees to chest, rock in, rock side to side. Make sure you counterpose your inversion. You can either bend the legs up and lift the hips up, or Matsyasana, arching the chest up. Once you've taken your counterpose and you've released out, chin to notch of throat, slide the arms and release back. Come back onto the mat, Shavasana in your time. Extra layers over the body, not getting cold. Let yourself surrender when you're ready. So we rest the body onto the mat, Shavasana, and soften completely. notice these feelings when we rest down, balanced or different. Making last minute adjustments you feel necessary. Quietening and softening within. Then bring a slow, steady breath all the way up through the body. Breathe out, slide down through the legs, out through the feet, completely letting go. Completely surrendering. Notice these feelings of letting go. Down into the feet and let them drop away completely. Noticing balanced or different. As the feet drop away, let them be soft. But from that softness, feel how the feet drop into the backs of the heels. Let them be heavy. From the backs of the heels, breathe in, slide awareness up backs of legs to buttocks. And breathe out, soften. Feel the muscles through the backs of the legs soften. Calf muscles spreading. Backs of knees lengthening. Reconnection, backs of thighs or buttocks, where is it for you? And then feel across the back of hips and pelvis. Is there balance or is there difference? Awareness to your tailbone. And then breathing in, slide awareness up the spine to the top of the neck. Breathe out, soften. Feel the muscles on each side of the spine soften and spread. Feel the middle back releasing. The weight of the shoulder blades surrendering down. Let the weight of that right shoulder blade drop. The weight of the left shoulder blade drop. Both shoulders release down the back. And then tuck the chin in, elongate the back of the neck. Let the weight of the head release. And then soften completely. The whole body surrendering. Soften completely. And is there balance or is there difference? What do you feel? Completely letting go. Take these last few moments as your time. Completely surrender. If you notice your mind is wandering, bring it back to breath. If the mind has wandered, can you bring it back to breath? And start to gradually lengthen and deepen your breaths. And as those breaths deepen, start to rub thumbs and fingers and wriggle toes. Opening, closing hands and flexing feet back and forth. Circling the joints, ankles and wrists, 4 rotations. Opposite direction in your time. And then stretch the arms up and over when you're ready. Reach out. And then sigh and soften. Twice more. And after your last stretch, bend your legs up. Roll to your right. Give yourself a moment there. And then coming up to sit when you're ready. Please prop those hips up if you're falling back, so knees in line with hips or lower, not lifted up in front of the hips. If they are, prop up on your bolster. Sit yourself tall, shoulders balanced above the hips, spine nice and long. And then we're going to work into Rudra Mudra. So you're going to bring your index finger and your ring fingers to touch your thumb. So longest finger and little finger will be lengthening out. First finger and ring finger touching the thumb. Then turn the palms up. Tuck the chin in, close the eyes and be still. So Rudra means Lord. So our own Lord, our own inner fire or our own solar power is our digestive system. In yoga, we call it our Agni, or in Ayurveda, our Agni, so our solar plexus, this Manipura chakra, where this fire, and what stimulates fire is breath, is air, is oxygen. We slow the breaths down, in and out, keeps this digestive fire burning. If we overeat or drink too much, it puts it out, makes us heavy and lethargic. So then thinking about the breath work that we do, keeping ourselves light and spacious. And then this Rudra, this Lord, it's the Shiva, it's about transformation. Fire is the quickest form of transformation. So this fire keeps burning, we keep it burning, stimulating it, putting the kindling on a fire to get it started, then the bigger logs, but we never smother it. So how do you feel as you sit? Can you breathe slow and deep? Keeping the breath steady and calm. Feeling this core body being activated this morning. Does it sit you taller? Then can the shoulders relax down, the neck long, the head centered, the foundation stable. Breathing into these feelings. What's here for you today? And from our core activation, do we feel a resilience, an inner sense of strength? What awakens for you? So it's our own power center, Manipura chakra, navel center. Don't let the mind wander. Keep coming back to breath. Come back to the feelings in your body. And then next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. Reach up, touch the hands together, bring them to the forehead. As we move through life with thoughtfulness. Touch the hands to the lips. As we move through life, we have kind words. Bring the hands to the heart. As we move through life, we have compassion and we have kindness. Namaste. Fold the body, stretch long, surrender. Be still or rock it out, however that is for you. Finishing however that feels best. And then when you're ready, simply rolling up and finishing in your time.